Is everything on record already?
Yeah, everything's recorded.
We don't need to move this bench?
What bench?
There's a random performance bench here.
Random.
All right, cool. Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm so nervous.
1.
So nervous. Don't look at me like that. Anyways, welcome to Talk About with Lust. I'm your host, Lust, and another day, another dollar, you know? Shake it big, baby. Here we are. Per usual, we have a special guest. I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself. This is kind of a little bit different. We've had performances of like house and tech, but this is actually a real performance we have this episode for you guys, and a real like house artist, you would say. But go ahead and say your artist name and your Instagram and all your handlers.
All right. So my artist name is Uza.
Okay.
Oozzaa.
I love it. Spell it all day.
Yeah, all day. Uza Music
Okay.
on IG. I was a DJ for a while,
Okay.
and I was always making music in the background, always being shy to share it. Always
That's how it is.
thinking
But
that
that's an artist curse.
yeah.
Where you always don't feel like we're good enough.
That's what I was gonna say. I always felt like I'm not like it's not good enough. Always like something to make better, and then when it's finally better, I'm like, forget it.
So when did it spark? And you're like, you know what? All these people suck. I make better shit.
Well, it was never that case, but
Come on.
yeah,
you
but
gotta have some ego.
a little. But well, it's been boiling for a while,
Okay.
and finally, maybe 6 months ago, it was like, okay, it's finally time. I'm ready.
And you say you used to DJ and all that. Like, where were you DJing?
So I started my career as a DJing on like an open format, doing everything like hip hop, everything.
Okay. Do you remember your first place you ever DJ'd?
Of course, it was
Of course.
yeah, it was some kind of event, like an international event.
And where was it at? Where were you?
It was in Aventura, place
Nice.
called Beth Torah. It's like it was like a Jewish event type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was more of like a wedding type of feel.
Okay.
You know, like
so was it a wedding or no?
No, it was just like an
Okay.
international.
Okay.
like a get-
And how did it even come across that?
DJing.
Yeah, no, to that event. Like,
It was by
Word of mouth?
yeah, kind of like word of mouth. My ex at the time was hooking it up. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then and where was the last place that you were DJing that like you were like, screw it, I'm gonna start making my own music?
Oh my God. Well, I was
like,
always.
where were you at that you're like, you know what, I should be making this?
So before I became a DJ, I was singing live. I was playing guitar, singing live covers.
And that's always been your thing?
And that was always been my thing since I was
guitar?
growing up. Like guitar, singing.
Okay,
I was
okay.
always in a band, in the school band.
Okay.
And then I got here, and then I started doing that in like high-end events and stuff like that. And then I started drumming with other DJs. And
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And what was like the setup? What was your drum setup?
Like a bunch of percussions and bongos and congas and all kinds of different percussions.
It was not like a traditional like drum set.
No.
You
More
had
of
your
a
own.
percussion.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I would just add on to the DJ.
That's awesome.
And it was so cheesy back then, like when I think about it. But that's how I started.
Yeah.
So I did that with like in weddings and with different DJs.
And that was all here in Miami?
Yeah.
Because for the most part, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Israel.
Okay.
Yeah,
and,
born and raised.
Born and raised?
I came here when I was 21, 15 years ago, to move here.
Yeah.
Amazing. It was like a whole nother world.
Yeah. Was it like, did you feel like it was like an extreme culture shock? It was just like, oh.
It was so nice. Like, back there, it's like everybody's like want to know everything that you do. And
the people are like what? Kind of nosy?
Kind of nosy, Yeah, of course. Like, but you gotta love it, It's like where I grew up. It's amazing.
So over there, did you ever DJ while you were over there?
No, I was. If you tell me like 10 years ago that I would be a DJ, I would laugh.
What were you even
crazy.
doing at that, like when you were 21, you say you moved here, right?
So
what were you doing at 19, 20?
Since I'm like 16, I was a hairstylist.
Okay.
Until I was, I don't know, 32, 33.
Yeah.
I was a full-time hairstylist. and
Okay.
music was like on the side.
Okay.
I couldn't give up that job because that was like a day job. It would bring me a lot
Of
of money. I
course.
was so busy and everything. But I started realizing that it's like not what I love.
No,
Like
it's
I
not
go
a
to work.
passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go to work.
Yeah.
And
It's funny
then
because like there's points in life too that you can make a bunch of money, and if it's something that you're not passionate about, you won't really feel it.
yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
like just went to work, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So were you still doing hair when you came over here,
Yeah, so I was doing hair,
and
still
then
doing
picking up
hair.
gigs?
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing it for 10 years
Okay.
when I came here. And I took like another day off and another day off from the salon that I was working at, like for another day off of the week. So I was working 5, 4, 3 times a week, 2 times a week until I was like hanging on 1 day a
Yeah.
week. And then for like a whole year, or just like 1 day a week, wouldn't want to let it
Yeah.
go, you know. And then I was like, okay, I gotta follow my dream and
Yeah.
just do what I love, because I would make like so much more doing music than
Yeah.
what I would do in hair.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And once you get it like rolling,
exactly. But it's
it's
not for sure. So I
yeah,
was so
no.
scared of it.
It's always up in the air.
Yeah.
Even like when you're super busy, you're gonna have slow times and
Exactly.
peaking times. But my other thing too is like so like when you're like your music, like what kind of music were you into more when you were younger, and or was this the type of style of music that you was always into and that's why you're making it now?
So I think I was always into house music,
Okay.
but I was when I was younger, I was definitely more open to everything.
Okay.
So I loved hip hop. I loved like, you know,
What kind of covers were you doing? Like what kind
I
of
would do covers of like a soft rock,
Okay.
uh, anything you can imagine. I would just kind of like take it to my own
Yeah.
place, more of a classic stuff, and
Okay.
but more of a cooler version to it.
And what was like your favorite at that time to cover?
Oh, it's maybe Amy Winehouse type of vibe.
Sick.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Nah, I love her.
yeah. It's fun
She was definitely different for her time and all that too.
for sure,
Like,
for sure. What a
but
waste.
it was. I mean,
Yeah,
but I mean, I feel like people like that, especially in the music culture, they gotta like they're here to open doorways, and that's all it is. Because I feel
yeah,
like without Amy Winehouse, you couldn't have Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? So it's like
exactly.
she had to pave the wave, or like so yeah. If she was, I honestly, if she was still alive, Lady Gaga probably wouldn't even had a chance.
Yeah, true.
So it's like that
True.
type of shit. But so for the most part, it's like, so is music your full-time thing now? Is that,
Right now, yeah, for a few years.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
for the
how's it?
past 5 years.
Enjoying it?
Absolutely, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It doesn't feel like work, you know. Of course, some gigs feel like work, but lately I've been really, really staying true to myself. So really playing only house music. I don't take the older gigs that I used to take.
So what kind of gigs do you usually like take now?
House music. So if it's either clubs, cool bars.
So what's like one of
Uh,
your favorite clubs right now that you performed, or
Um,
like who you've worked with that
well,
you enjoy?
I did do I did I do a lot of corporate stuff too.
Okay.
So F1 for
Oh,
Ferrari, I did for the past 2 years in a row.
yeah, and that just passed like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
And
So Ferrari F1, I did the Art Basel 3 years in a row, the
That's
grand
awesome.
opening.
That's awesome.
Played a Dare nightclub.
Oh yeah.
All kinds of fun things.
And I know we were talking earlier. The music that you even performed at the end of the show for us, is that something like you've had in the works, or is it all brand new? Have you been able to like to start pumping out your music recently, or no?
So this type of vibe is more chill. So I wouldn't necessarily play it at a club or anything, but at the right environment, I would.
Why not? I feel like that's
It could be,
It's
but
very
in the club is
transy.
a lot. Like when I play a club is a lot
It's more hype.
Oh my god, so hype!
Yeah,
I
but
drum, like I go.
but I like that song you perform because it's very like housey trance. It's like very
Right.
smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth
Yeah.
versus like
It's almost like old school house.
yeah,
Like
yeah. It's like a black
90s.
coffee type
Yeah.
of vibe.
No, it's good though. Like
Yeah, thank you.
I like it a lot.
Thank
But
you.
so where did the inspiration come from? Like to start making this type of, like who was like your eye? like your iconic person to like?
The first person that comes to mind is Black Coffee.
Okay.
But there are so many other amazing artists that I get inspirations from.
And do you ever mix any like music from back home? Cause I know back like in your country, like house is life.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you guys party.
for sure, for sure.
For a place that has a lot of chaos going on for like so long,
Oh
you guys
yeah,
know how to have a good time.
absolutely, for sure. Yeah,
No,
definitely.
they do.
Yeah.
I've never honestly seen anyone like from Israel that's really upset. Like they're very joyful people.
For
like,
sure.
I feel like you'd be like, oh, a Greek person, they can be mean. They have that type of personality. But like Israel, people from Israel are very happy. Like,
Yeah, they're like super friendly.
yeah,
They can speak to anybody
yeah,
real quick.
yeah, yeah,
They'll be
yeah,
your
yeah.
best friend real
And
quick.
especially here in Florida, there's so like there's a whole community, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love about like even this like vicinity, like between Hollandale to North Miami, there's just so many different like European communities, and it's like it's just cool to see because like you really could see like the culture just even being in the States.
Yeah.
And do you
Yeah.
like, for the most part, you being from Israel, do you get along with the people that are over here? Or you like,
Yeah.
I know some people like, they hate dealing with their own
sometimes it gets
countries.
sometimes like some people give it a bad name.
Yeah,
You know.
I hear that.
But you know, my close friends and my close people are awesome and like good vibes.
I hear that. And then
Yeah.
so this project you got going on, like,
So I just started it. Like I'm super excited. I just changed my name. I
okay,
used to be Ciso, which is my
okay,
last name.
okay.
And I was
And what made
gonna
you change it?
so I was gonna put my music out finally. And
Yeah,
I
and it
finally
just
got the
didn't.
balls, you
It
know?
didn't fit the name.
Well, I went on Spotify. I typed
Oh,
Ciso, I pressed artist, and then I saw
yeah,
like 30
yeah,
people named
yeah,
Ciso. I was like, fuck, I
yeah.
have to
And where
do
did you get this
something.
name, the new name from?
So I was like, okay, I need to change my name. And I was like, what the hell am I gonna call myself? And it took me like a couple weeks to like relax about it because
Yeah,
I was like
because
thinking,
it's
what is
also
it
a
gonna
brand.
be? Yeah. And like it was my last name. So what am I gonna do? And I finally let it go and I said it's gonna come to me. And then one night I woke up at like not I woke up, I didn't fall asleep till like 4 a.m. And Uzi was next to me. That's my dog. So his name is Uzi, and then I remember like I hold him close to me and I was like I felt so much love for him and I had an enlightenment that moment. It was like Uzi, and then oh my god, Uza, how cool, you know? And then how am I gonna spell it? It was like let me make it powerful, double double double, and I was just like it felt so good, you know, in inside. Yeah, it just flowed, and I just let it be. And then I started. The more I started thinking about it, the more good reasons came because of that.
Some of those reasons.
The reasons was so Uzi. So when you translate Oz in Hebrew,
Uh-huh.
it means power, strength, but the most important is courage and to dare to do something. And just something that I never dared to do, to put my music out. And I finally like want to do it. I don't know if it sounds cheesy or not, but it's like it's like the power to do it. Also, whoever's Israeli and grew up in Israel, the name Uza is very similar. Like right away they recognize the name because it's a stuffed animal show that Wall grew up on. It's like a goose. She's a goose.
Okay.
And
Does this goose talk? Or
she
is,
talks, yeah. But I have to go on YouTube and like watch the show to make sure Uza is not like a dummy, you know. So I went and she was like actually like very logical and you know she makes sense.
That's dope. So it hits home.
Yeah.
So my question is now is since you changed your name and all that, found your like who you are at this point, do you feel like the music that you're making now more represents more of your name?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, for sure.
like even your art, like this, your sound even transformed after your.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Like.
So do you hear your old music and like this is so my old name.
Well, that was well, my
So
old
Cecil.
music, it was CISO, but it was not released anywhere, so it was still
But you still
me.
hear it.
Yeah, but it was still like what was like true to me.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't releasing it, I was very into it. Like I
Yeah.
believed in it.
No, I hear you. But it's like me. Let's say like that Piff. That Piff is where everyone used to put like their mixtapes. Like me and my friends put like 2 mixtapes when we were like 15, 16 years old. And when I hear the songs, it's just funny because like you can tell I was a kid, you know?
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
but it's also like the music, like I mean, honestly, I would make better music than I did back then. So
Of
it's
course,
just,
of course.
So it's just funny to listen. It's like, and then the funny thing is, like, obviously at that point, I used to call myself something else. So I was like, yeah, that just sounds like that. It doesn't sound like who I am now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like with my paintings, like I separate certain paintings from like my actual name, Josh, versus a painting that I would call a lust painting. You know, when it
Mm.
comes to like signatures. So I feel like that's why I even asked, like, do you
I
feel
hear
like
what
you
you're asking,
you
yeah.
transformed into your name?
For sure. I look back on things that I used to make before, and I like listen to it like recently, and I was like, oh my god,
So
that's trash, you know.
yeah.
But
you
like
appreciate it.
for sure,
It's like,
for
dang,
sure.
that's where it
It's like
was.
thank God I didn't put it out, you know.
It's funny because since you didn't put it out, you can like remaster and make it even
Yeah,
better and
yeah.
stuff.
Like I would do a little twist to it for
So
sure.
for the most part, how many like songs have you already worked on for the new project? I know you just said you just started.
Right. So, well, I have a first release, but I have probably 6 or 7
Yeah.
nice and ready.
Is this the one that you performed for us? Is that your favorite one?
It's my definitely favorite one.
Like when you hear it's like just gives you chills, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because it's the most recent one.
Yeah.
And it's like fresh and like I'm excited still
Yeah.
about it.
And where did
The
that one
older-
come from? Where did that vibe hit?
Well, I was heartbroken.
Okay.
It's funny. I made that. When I started making the beat, I was out in a park.
Okay.
And just me and him, and we're just vibing and making a beat. And I went back to the studio, and then my heart broke, and then I decided to put lyrics into it. And I think the first verse is like for me, for kind of like everybody, and then the second verse was kind of for her.
I feel like for you it's like almost like a cheat sheet because like even like the greatest DJs always like a nice soft woman's voice in a song. It's like you don't even have to hire anyone.
Yeah.
It's just you on the beat. It's like
Yeah.
the old school reggaeton voice songs. They always had that girl's voice. It's like imagine they can make that voice and never had to hire her.
Yeah.
Like they can make these things on demand.
Right.
Like,
Right.
But no, that's awesome because like honestly, I like songs that have like that soft like voice in transition throughout the song.
Yeah.
Because like at that point, the voice is an instrument
For sure.
to the whole thing. You
Yeah.
know? And if anything, it's like the most important instrument. Even though it's even like on the song that you perform is very subtle. It's not like you're over it the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. It has a lot of like especially because I wrote it and then I sing it, I put more meanings into it.
Yeah.
And somebody else will sing it, may give it a different perspective.
And the song, did it like once you made the beat, like did everything just kind of click, or you had to kind of build it? Like you felt like it just kind of came natural, or something that you had to really work for this song?
It came out, the words, you mean?
Yeah.
The words came out natural. What I do is like I play the beat and then I record myself on the phone mumbling like whatever.
yeah.
And then from that mumble I find something to write, but it was done in one day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I even explain people to music, and one person I like to make an example of is BB King.
Mm-hmm.
The jazz, like the musician, he's a guitarist. If you watch BB King's performances, you can see his lips make the sound before it hits the guitar. And anyone that's really a good musician, and even like with this whole mumble rap, I feel like it's almost the same thing with them, is that they use their voice as an instrument. So you kind of find the rhythm and the sound you want, and then you put the words
For
to the
sure.
same.
For the vibe that you
Yeah.
want to create, for
And
sure.
it's dope because like honestly, that's the best way to make a good song.
Yeah.
Because your voice, people don't really understand that your voice is an instrument. It has to be, if the beat's E flat, like you got to be on E flat. Like it's all the same.
I think that the beat is like more for your head, and then the voice is to your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
The lyrics are very important for it to really get in there.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it's like the voice is like the pathway to.
Yeah, and it almost like sound produces a color wave in your brain. So it's like even with a painting, if the colors don't match, it's gonna be an ugly painting.
Right.
So if the sounds don't sound right and they're clashing, it's gonna be a shitty song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
so besides this, like, where do you see yourself really trying to because are you trying to become, or are you any at resident places yet or no?
Well,
Are
as
you
of now, I'm still a DJ.
okay?
I've once my song is gonna come out, which is gonna be very soon, the next month.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take on to a whole nother vibe. So right now I work,
Okay.
but I don't perform.
No, but my question is
But
too is like once everything starts moving more in motion, would you ever want to be a resident DJ or would you always want to be like a touring DJ?
touring DJ for
Yeah?
sure, for sure. I want to get to as many ears as possible. I want to touch as many souls as possible.
Okay.
And I want to.
So where's one of the venues that you would really like out of all the shows around the world? And I'm not big into like the house and techno. Like, what's a show you really want to be in?
For sure, Burning Man.
And there's more than one Burning Man, right?
I don't know.
Oh no, isn't Burning Man like
I think
where?
it's once a year in Nevada.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, Ibiza,
and even you saying Ibiza and all that. Have you been back home ever since? Like, have you even performed yet at back home? Like, even like people that you might know or like private events
in Israel?
Yeah.
Not like I do before. Not like I do here.
No,
not like I do here.
It's because
I didn't have a chance. Like every time I went for like a short period of time and just went for family and come back.
Okay. You don't stay long enough and all that to.
Yeah, I stayed like 2 weeks or so, but for sure the next time, like people are already reaching out, wanna make
and
it
back
happen.
home, where's like a place out of like what hit home like you really want to perform at?
Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tel Aviv is the best place. The music scene there is absolutely amazing. Always so fun.
I've always wanted to go, but it's just like
you should.
Me, my first thing, like since I surf, I always like hit all the surf.
Countries. The surfing in Tel Aviv is like a big thing.
I believe it because I know there's even nowadays like in the WSL, there's people from Israel that surf.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of surfers. Yeah. In Tel Aviv.
That's dope.
It's always fun for sure.
And have you ever been surfing?
No.
Never tried it.
Never tried.
You know anyone out there that surfs?
Yeah, I do. I have friends. Yeah.
So like So it's like for the most part, because I really don't know like the geographic like layout of all of it. Like, is the waves over there consistent or is it a seasonal thing? Is it a random thing? Like,
I don't know much about the season, but I know it's a big scene. Like people go out surfing
because that whole region is like, I mean, Africa's over here, but it's almost
the
like
Mediterranean Sea.
But I feel like the Mediterranean Sea doesn't have like direct, like let's say as Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii's sitting in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
So there's nothing blocking the currents of the ocean. So like that whole Mediterranean Sea, it has to run through the Indian Ocean and drift through and like go through Africa and then come back out to the Atlantic. So it's like, to me, it's like almost like South Florida. We have waves, but it's not all the time because the Bahamas kind of cover us. Yeah. But if the Bahamas wasn't here, we'll have fucking 5 to 10 foot waves every day.
Yeah.
Like all the time. So even when I went to Greece and the waves were fucking huge. But it was also windy as shit.
But Greece is like a neighbor of Israel.
But at that day, it was windy. Do you guys have like a windy season?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, it all
because that
depends
shit
on
was
the weather.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it was so much wind and it's all desert. And I was like, yo, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like it's a sandstorm. Yeah. Basically at that point.
Yeah. There is a sandstorm, a lot of sandstorms.
I bet.
Yeah, it's like a whole big desert.
It is. And I never really pictured that because I'm so used to going to countries that are super green.
Yeah.
And when I went over there, I was like, dude, this is just a giant desert.
Yeah.
Like even the doors were like
covered with
but dust. It's also but not even that. The doors were like thick like a brick. Like doors here, like when I went to Greece, like the door here is like, I don't know, I would call that a quarter inch.
Yeah.
3/4 of an inch or like an inch. Over there, it was like a 6-inch door.
Yeah.
And I feel like it had to be like that so the sand and all that stuff doesn't like eat up the door or get into your house.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in Florida, all those cracks, you literally have a pile of sand in your door.
Yeah,
all the fucking
it's
time.
always sand everywhere.
Yeah, and I feel like
dust.
your houses over there are super sealed.
Yeah.
They're tight.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Kind of have to.
You have sand everywhere.
Yeah.
But
it's like powder.
Yeah, and it's very soft.
Yeah.
It's almost like dust.
Yeah, it's
But
dry.
it's
The air is dry. But you gotta love it. Like the food, everything is amazing.
Oh no, I love the
vibes.
Food. I love the food. But yeah, but so when's the last time you even been back home?
Probably 2 years ago. I need to go back.
Yeah.
Amazing. Always fun. It's always fun. I always try to like make as many stops as I can.
And do you have a lot of family over here?
I have 2 brothers. Both of my brothers, no more. They're both here.
Okay.
And that's the main reason why I moved here. And then I have many cousins and friends.
Here?
No, in Israel.
Okay. That's awesome. So my what I was gonna ask you was so for the most part, like you like what made your like what did your brothers move here first? And
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah. My oldest brother moved here like 20 years ago. And then my other brother moved like 5 years after, and then I moved 5 years later. So right after the army.
And what was the whole talk about? Like, hey, you know what?
It's like, yeah, it's America. It was like 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah, but
when it was like no iPhone even back then. You know, like the DVD was like oh my God, you have a DVD.
You ever seen that movie with Adam Sandler when he like imitates all the Mediterranean countries?
Which one?
When he's a hairstylist.
Oh, the Zohan.
The Zohan. He's like, hey,
Don't
we got
mess with the Zohan.
Yeah, such a good movie.
The best.
Cause it was like Israeli, it was like Pakistani, and then something else, and it's like he was like going at a sales store.
Yeah.
He was like, "Do you want to buy DVDs?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and she's like, "You come work with us."
Yeah.
But that movie is so good because like. How do you feel about that movie? Actually?
Amazing, I love it.
You love that?
I love
whole,
it.
Like,
the whole vibe, it's like identical of the typical hairstylist. Yeah.
So I guess what it's very popular. I guess over there to be a hairstylist.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
Yeah,
it's like a cool
even
thing.
for guys too.
Mostly guys.
Shut up.
Mostly guys. Barely.
So the Zohan's a
girls.
Thing.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they're like all like.
But are they straight guys or?
They're not necessarily. No. I mean, but a lot of them are.
Because the hairstylists here, I don't think most of them are straight guys.
So over there, it's like a thing, you know. It's like for sure, straight guys.
I know because over there too is the thing is like I feel like another thing is like how do I put it? It's like so over here we have barbers and then we have hairstylists, but like why can't a barber cut a woman's hair? Like, but honestly, he doesn't have the education here because no. So I feel like over there, and not just even your country, I feel like in all countries, a guy or a woman, when they become a hairstylist or a barber, you're learning how to cut man and woman's hair. Like most places, like even salon, they have unisex. Like, but the thing is, like, I feel like American just made their own styles of haircuts,
right?
And now the barbers just master the Caesar, or the fade,
right?
Or like. So it's like
I mean, it's nice to have like something that you specialize in.
So over there, are people over there getting fucking Caesars and fades or not? It's just an American thing.
It's the best. Like every Israeli is like the hair is on point all the time.
I believe
There's no many bad hairstylists.
I feel like over there, people also are very like they always look crisp.
Yeah,
you guys don't look bummish.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys are into that bummy look.
Nah. Yeah.
Only Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
But Adam Sandler, hold on. Adam Sandler's
he's a Jewish.
He's Jewish, but he's not Israeli, is he?
No, he's not Israeli.
So that was another thing we were talking about earlier. So because there's a lot of not controversy, but a confusion. Because people from Israel, being Jewish is a religion.
Mm-hmm.
But people from Israel, are they Jewish?
Depends. You have everything over there. You have Christians.
No, I know all of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like people hear Israel, and be like, oh, they're all Jewish.
Not all of them, but most of them. Whoever's Israeli and speaks Hebrew, most likely is he.
So if they speak Hebrew, you're definitely Jewish.
Most likely, but not necessarily.
Because isn't that the language of the country?
It is the language of the country, but you can be Arabic and speak Hebrew. Like you can have an
Yes.
Arabic family, but you can speak Hebrew too. It's like
No, of course. It's like me. I mean, I'm Spanish, but I speak English.
exactly. So it's not necessarily all Americans are American. No.
No, of course. But it's like, it's just so like,
I think Israel is the Jewish country. So if you're
it's
Jewish
the
and you're
only Jewish
Russian,
country,
and you're
isn't
Jewish and
it?
you're Russian, yeah, it's the only Jewish country. So
That's
it's
another
like
people that people
from
don't know that.
yeah,
That's how.
it's the
Like,
only place. Yeah,
It's also like, well, I had a talk to somebody about it. It's like about like that whole the whole Muslim and like the Jewish thing, the whole war going on. And it's funny because like the Palestinians technically own like 20 something countries, right?
exactly.
They
We're like
own, but the Jewish country, like the Jewish people only have one country, which
exactly.
is Israel.
Yeah, and there's a
And they're
constant
trying,
war.
and there's a constant war to take away from it, and
Yeah,
everyone fights who was first. But
exactly.
it's like, dude, if you take away Israel, like where the fuck do Jewish people come from?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
kind of fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah,
But it's insane. It's insane because again, there's a bunch of people there.
yeah,
Like, it's like I was even talking to some like earlier today. So in Bali is technically a Hindu country,
right.
but the most popular religion, which the most popular religion in the whole world is Muslim. So it's like, and you go through all the temples, and they're all like the Hindu gods, like the monkey god and like Ganesh, the
Yeah.
elephant god and all that. But then half the people there are all Muslims. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. It's like going to Dominican Republic and everyone was Jewish. It's like, what? It's like you see all these like like you go to Dominican Republic, you see all these Christian gods and Catholic gods like posted up, but everyone praises the Jewish religion. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Like, what do you guys? Are you sure? Because
yeah,
from the statues, it doesn't look like this is supposed to be here. But it's like, I'm glad you kind of cleared it up because it's always been like when I talk to people, it's like there's always like so much, but it's like again, I do live in America, but I do know different languages, so it doesn't.
yeah. It's
And
it's a special place.
so being over there too, like having all that animosity between, because I feel like who's really arguing about it? Is the older people or the kids still have beef?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody.
even the kids are like
Yeah.
mixed up into the BF.
Of course, of course, of course.
Because the thing is like, and my brother's done this before. It's like, so my brother, he has kids with a white girl and they had babies, whatever. And she wanted this doll. And it's kind of funny because like we're so used to always giving our kids like a white doll or like whatever it is. So he literally bought his daughter a set of black dolls. And it was great because he texts me, he calls me, he's like, yo, look what I got Marielle. And I was like, I started fucking laughing. I was like, bro, you're so fucking funny because my brother's darker than me. But the funny thing is, like, when he showed me the video when she opened up the present, to her it was nothing. You know what I mean?
So she was
was excited. Yeah, no, she was excited to see the dolls. You know what I mean? You would think she'd be like, oh, the dolls are black.
Yeah.
No, so it's like over there, like you're born as a human being, and of course you have all these like country issues around you, but people to you is people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like even at this, like I realize, and at what age my kid, like even my daughter, because she's my oldest, when she really started noticing race, and it's around like 7, 8 years old, because even then, like even when you talk to my son, they don't say like people don't say like, oh, I was talking to some white guy, I was talking to some Spanish guy. They just say I was talking to this guy.
Yeah.
So, and my thing is like over there, at what point do these kids like start like, I don't like him because he's Israeli, I don't like him because he's Arabic or whatever. It's like, hold on, like,
I mean, there's racism.
no, of course, everywhere.
Of course.
But I feel like in a country that like you're literally brought up with all those people, you would think the kids would start mellowing out. But I guess
well, when it comes to kids, it's kids. Kids, they should stay innocent, and that's good. But adults are,
they're the one that toxicate all the situation.
I feel like over there, it's like the racism is a little bit more out versus here, like people like can be friends with everybody, can be friends with everybody. Versus there, you kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of fucked up because like you would think all that stuff would kind of die out because it's like, like why are we still arguing?
Right.
And even like how we said, like, dude, you got so many countries. Let's just get over it, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's all history at this point. Like,
exactly, but there's you can't talk to.
I
There's
know,
nothing to.
but the fucked up part is like, what bothers me the most is the fact that it's so much violence over something so simple. Like,
Exactly.
you don't have
It's
to kill
sad.
somebody just because they're not what you agree.
It's so sad.
You know what I
Like
mean?
the war is like constant every
Yeah,
day.
but that's the
every
crazy part.
day,
It's been like
every
for
day.
multiple years.
And it's not between.
I think
It's
Bob
not.
Marley
It's
says
not between the
500
army.
years. No, it's even with the people.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not like between the armies. It's like it's getting personal. Like people
I
get
believe it.
stabbed in the street.
I believe it, and
It's
that's
very
fucked
crazy.
up.
It's really
And it's
crazy.
just because like this lighter is red and you said this lighter is blue,
It's
and
so
that's how
sad.
simple it is.
It's so sad.
Just like, let's get over it.
Exactly. It's so sad.
It's purple,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But it is what it is, and everybody have their own point.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't see it
Do you
ending.
even no at all?
I mean, it's always gonna be something going on. You can't really please everybody. Nobody's gonna be happy.
But the thing is, like, the way I see it is like just how like having dreads or having tattoos be more acceptable. Like, why wouldn't that become more acceptable? Especially to a point that we're starting to become more freely about talking about aliens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a point that was like, you are fucking delusional.
Yeah.
Like aliens.
Yeah.
And now it's like the Catholic Church comes out. Aliens are part of the universe, and it's okay to accept. You know?
I mean, you
So
can
it's-
either accept it or not, but there's shouldn't be an argument about it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's what
So-
you believe. It's okay.
So do you feel like even over here is there still like you say, is there any like controversy with it, or is like, or that's the reason why you guys even move here, because
No.
like it's just
No, it doesn't. Definitely not the reason why I moved.
no, of course.
It's, I have amazing people and family and friends and everything. I feel like more here, it's more, it's like more quiet. Like there's no, you don't mess with that anymore. Like
Yeah.
over there, it's a constant thing.
And yeah, even yesterday we were talking about it, and you're like, oh, you're used to it.
You're
But
used
that's
to
like,
it because
that's
there's
not
like
cool,
there's
though.
bombs. Like
it's not
like,
cool to say you're used to a bomb.
because you're like sitting in the living room watching something, or like I remember last like 2 times that
Imagine
I was there.
bringing like your new couple's like, hey, let's come visit my family in Israel. It's like, oh, that's normal. Like, what? We need to
Yeah.
go. And it's imagine like being a guy from the hood, hearing gunshots, and then he has to hear missiles. He's like, bro, you're soft.
Right.
You're soft.
No, but it's like a thing, and it's like it's sad because like it's like it could get into your home, it could get into your personal space. It's not
Yeah.
in between the army.
No, no.
It's like it
They're
gets
just-
into your personal,
yeah.
because like I remember like 2 years ago, not like the couple times, the past couple times that I was there. I came to visit. That was my first day, and I was sleeping. It was like maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. I
Mhm.
was sleeping, and then I hear an alarm. I go, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I go back to sleep. My mom opens the door. Go, come on, you gotta get out, you gotta get out. It was like, I
How
woke up,
old
and
were
I'm like, just like maybe it's 5 years ago.
Oh my God.
So we got up, and we have to like go into a safe place. You got like 30 seconds to get there, and you close the
like
door.
every place has a safe place or something?
Yeah, it's mandatory to have
Okay.
something close. So you close the door, and then like a couple seconds later, you hear like.
So my
somewhere.
question is like, so these safe places, is it like, let's say if you live in an apartment building,
So the apartment building, either
it in
if
the building?
Yeah, if they don't have it in the building, then you go into the staircase. You go
Okay.
outside, and this is the safest place.
Okay. So and
And
then the house, every house
A
has a safe
house
place.
has to have a
Like a
safe
bunker.
room, yeah, like a bunker.
So it's almost
No
like,
room, no windows,
windows, no nothing.
heavy door.
is it underground or no?
Sometimes it is. In my house, it is.
Okay. It's like in the Midwest, like Kansas, tornado homes. Like you go down in the ground and
Yeah,
just wait under, and that's
yeah,
it. Okay,
yeah. You
okay.
go in, you close the door, and you wait for the bomb, and
See, shit that we don't have to
yeah,
fucking deal
you
with.
don't
here
even
at
know
all.
about it.
Yeah.
Here it's like nice and peaceful. Everything's fine.
It's crazy because if you think about it, like the only war that America's ever had in their land was World War II, and that's Hawaii.
Right.
We've never had, other than the Civil War,
Yeah.
like we've never had anything like that here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
You
crazy.
really have no idea.
No, we
But
don't.
it's like it's something that we get used to it, because like it is what it is already.
Yeah.
The news is like constantly. worries
So
you
do you
about
guys?
everything.
So do you guys ever having like good news?
Of
Like,
course,
hey, today.
such a happy place. Israel is such a happy place. Other than that bullshit, it's such a happy place. It's like
So what's like a casual day in Israel then?
the food is amazing.
Oh,
Every
Mediterranean.
restaurant is amazing because like Israelis are so picky with the
Yeah.
food. So if your restaurant is not good, nobody's gonna come to
I
you.
mean, the Indian slave trade started in that whole region, so I already know. I mean, you guys, that whole region of the world produce all the seasonings we all eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what slavery was created to get flavor.
Right.
We need people to extract these flavors for us.
Yeah.
What is this? I've never had this before.
Yeah.
We've been just cooking chicken in boiled water.
Yeah.
Rough. But besides that,
but the culture is so nice and it's very warm and people are very welcome.
That's what I'm saying. Like even at the beginning of the show, I was saying is like for a country that has so much like animosity and so much chaos and like that type of pressure, you guys are happy as fuck.
Because we believe that everything's fine and everything's gonna be okay, and we love each other, we love the family.
And another thing is like for being also European people, you guys like other people.
Yeah.
Like other European countries really don't fuck with other people.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't know, and I get it. Like but like I've traveled like different countries, and I can tell you when I went to Greece, like I'm sure they want tourism, but they really don't fuck with tourism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they just don't like them. And
Yeah.
another thing is like over there, they're so filled with like not immigrants, refugees. Like they just hate them. Huh? No, I know it's Mediterranean. It's middle. No,
it's part of Asia.
Yeah, but it's Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern, yeah.
Yeah.
But like Europeans are mean. Asian people are not.
But Greeks
Asian
are.
countries nice.
You would say a Greek would be in between.
Greeks Europe.
It's a neighbor.
But they're on the Mediterranean.
Yeah, but it's part of Europe.
See, that's too close. That's too close on the line.
It goes like
I know how it goes. Believe me, I know my geographic. But like, it's still like
But
is
I
it
don't
Europe?
think
But is it Mediterranean?
matters. I think like people are individual. For
Yeah.
like you can be
I mean, you can go to Germany. I can tell you they don't really like too many other people, but German-looking people.
But you can't like say all Germans.
Oh
are,
no.
Like not all Israelis are nice. Not all Israelis
Oh, no.
are
I believe it.
good. Not all
Yeah.
Israelis are friendly.
No, for sure.
But a lot of them are. But it's like an individual. It's like
Yeah.
depends how you grew up and what's your mindset and.
Yeah, but I mean, a stereotype is like the stereotype is pretty on point, and I've never really had met any mean people from Israel.
Yeah.
And another thing, I'm from New York. You guys are everywhere over there.
Everywhere,
Like,
oh my
everywhere.
God, everywhere.
Like
Can't
New
get away.
York and Miami. Fuck Florida. Miami is pretty much little Israel.
Yeah, it feels like home. To be
Yeah.
honest, like
I bet.
Yeah,
Like
it's everywhere.
I'm sure like you can still go to like stores and find like ingredients that you would want. For
Yeah,
your,
there's tons of like
Yeah.
kosher
Yeah,
places,
exactly.
and in the holidays, the Jewish holidays, like
Yeah.
you see all the people like going in the synagogue and like stuff like that. I'm not
Mhm.
religious or anything, but I do keep all the culture and all the
Oh yeah.
all the holidays and stuff.
I
but-
mean, if you didn't have any culture, you might as well be American.
right.
That's what I've always said.
So-
America is just like a bunch of people with lost cultures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you kind of lose it, you're
Yeah.
just part of the mix.
It's important. I think it's nice. I think
It
it's
is.
beautiful. Like a
I
Shabbat.
mean, traditions.
Yeah.
You know?
Shabbat dinner is every Friday, and it's like a huge meal. Like
It's Friday to Saturday, isn't it?
but it's Friday night is the biggest meal.
Yeah.
It's like a big
believe me, I have a
what do you
lot
call it? Thanksgiving type of thing every Friday.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of Jewish friends, but the thing is, like, again, I have a lot of Jewish friends that are not Israeli. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know Italian Jews. I know Russian Jews.
Yeah,
you know? So
Jewish and
it's-
Israeli is different.
Yeah, two different things. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm sure, like, Israeli Shabbat is a real Shabbat.
For real.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
For real. Versus like
And you also have the old blood, the lineage blood to be celebrating Shabbat.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I mean,
And
I know even in Florida, there's a bunch of Venezuelan Jewish
Yeah,
people, you know?
yeah.
So it's like,
There's all kinds and there's all
over
kinds
here
of
having
ways.
a Spanish Shabbat. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're not real. Stop it.
For
You're
real.
just toting guns. What was your, what's their old president? Damn. Who? Yeah, Venezuela is. Oh, Hugo Chavez. You can't be born in Hugo Chavez era and be calling yourself Jewish. No. You
I
don't even.
mean, Jewish, you're kind of born
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
Jewish.
I know exactly. You have
if
to.
your mother is Jewish, then you're Jewish.
Oh yeah,
You can't really like. I mean, you can convert,
yeah.
but like
But I feel like
basically
there's a
you're
lot
born
more
into it.
convert. I know, but I feel like a lot of people converted.
Yeah, a
To,
lot of people convert, but like truly, you know, like
yeah.
it comes from your
No,
from your
100%.
family.
No, I believe it, and that's cool to like have that old lineage and have like to again like to be able to celebrate these things because it's like it's such a out of all the religions, it's one of the oldest ones. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
it's older than
it's
like
classic.
Christianity. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah,
like within the times of like the Greek gods and all that
yeah,
stuff. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So it's just dope. But to step aside of all that other stuff, I mean, so what other like music kind of things do you like besides just the house? Because I know you said you played instruments.
I
Like,
play many instruments.
what's your favorite one?
Wow. Percussion, all
Yeah,
percussion. I love the guitar.
acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Was there
play
anyone in your family that like played that made you like want to play, or is it just like
in my
it just kind of called
family,
to you?
not
Music.
really in my close family, maybe a cousin or
Okay, okay,
something, but nothing too close.
okay.
But I play by ear. I don't know how to read notes.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Yeah. I tried, but it looks like a Chinese to me, and I tried so much and
You still like as much as you try to like understand notes, you like don't understand the lettering. What do
it's
you
I
mean?
think like I don't even want to. I get to a point that I don't even want to. I hear the song and you give me like a couple minutes and I'll figure it out myself. I don't have to
Okay,
I don't want to read it
okay,
and learn
okay.
from to read it versus to
Feel
just
it.
like feel exactly.
It's like me. Like, well, I grew up into like the whole music and art thing. It's okay. It's okay. Hey,
Okay, he's moving.
there it is. But like for me, like I grew up in music, but then I learned how to play music. So as I gotten older, I already knew how to read it, even though I know how to play by ear. But to me, it's like so even right now, I haven't played the trumpet in years, but I can play a handful of songs all by memory. And
Right.
it's all feel.
It's like automatic.
But if you show me the same songs and show me the letters, I wouldn't be able to play it. I actually would be able to play it because I do know how to kind of still do my letters, but I can play way quicker out of my brain. Same thing
Right.
with the piano.
Yeah.
And even with the guitar. 'Cause
Right.
I've taken all classes for those. And I can play a song from memory way quicker than I can play that same song if you put the letter sheet in
Yeah.
front of me.
Yeah.
And
Same.
it's just like
Same
it's
here.
crazy.
For
Because it's
real.
all like almost a muscle memory to you in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah. That's talent though.
It is.
Yeah.
But again, one thing I've also talked to people about, talent is also not always like natural talent. Because I feel like as an artist, we always like people's like, oh man, you're so talented. But people kind of forget the hours you've put into this talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, sure, yes, I started drawing at a young age. Yeah, I'm talented. But you got to give me credit for like that painting took 50 hours.
Yeah.
That's 50 hours I still dedicated onto something
Right.
into that aspect. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like as artists, we still got to remind ourselves that we put the work. This is not just God given either.
Yeah.
Like we're actually putting our energy into it and like perfecting the craft of it.
Of course. It's all about energy. I feel like everything's about
Always.
energy.
Yeah, because again, like we said, it's like you can find something that you make a lot of money and it'll never fulfill your soul, and then find something that you love the most and you don't make that much, but you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And
But if you love it enough, it'll make you a good
Oh,
money.
yeah.
If you believe in yourself enough,
oh yeah.
you'll be good. You'll be
But
fine.
honestly, the thing is like I was talking the other podcast is like we don't do it for the money. We do it for like the other things that we want out of our lives.
Yeah.
The money is just part of the nature.
Yeah.
Like
I mean I do it for the love of music.
yeah.
I wanna affect people.
But besides that, the love of music also gives you the opportunity to do other things that you love. And all that other stuff comes natural because sometimes you can do something that you want to do and never even pay $1 and then still get to experience these moments
Yeah.
for whatever reason it is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, it's just cool, like to be a free, like spirited person and do what you're passionate about.
Right.
Because we came from a time too that like at our age, we saw our parents forced to work because they thought that was the only thing they can do.
Right.
You know, now it's like, it's cool. Like me, myself, I was like, I've been drawing forever, but like, I've honestly been my own person since 2010 when I made my own brand. And I've almost like, I'm not like living a lavish life, but I've been able to live and sustain my life just by being an artist. And that's cool because you
Yeah.
would never expect that. And even if you used to tell me as a kid, like I went to college to be an architect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to be like a full blown artist, people buy my paintings, I do murals,
Nice.
like I do tattoos. So it's like, it's just cool to like just do what you love
Of course.
and still be able to like live the life you still want to live.
Of course. I think it's beautiful because now we get to appreciate it, but back then it would be like unsafe
Yeah.
to work in that.
And even right now, it still feels unsafe, but like there's less
But it
doubt.
feels good.
There's less doubt.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, damn, how am I? Even like after like a 5-year run, you're like, how the fuck have I gotten this far? Can I still do it?
Yeah.
And it's super stressful, but it's definitely a feeling like I wouldn't like give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Of course. You're
there's
not
some-
going to work. You're
Yeah.
doing what you love.
Yeah. And honestly, the way I see it is like, I wish people can kind of like understand that risk is worth it. Like, I'd rather worried about how I'm going to come up with like, I'm going to pay something or money to do something and just take that risk and then see it flower and then still, you know? Because
Yeah.
like, if you trust the process, and when I hear people, like now that I'm older, when I hear people say faith, it's not just faith in the God or whatever. It's like faith in the goal, in the
Yeah.
journey.
Exactly.
And that's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just trust it.
That's the main thing.
And that's why you're here now. Because
That's
remember,
why-
you even said it, like you've been doing this music thing and you just never really trust yourself to be the quality that you wanted to promote.
Right.
And here you are.
And here I
And
am.
You believe it.
It's time.
And it's fire.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's always been like I've always had the control, like the control of does it sound good? Like I know the melody of it, I know it's good, but does it sound good? Like does the mix and the master make you feel what
Did
I
you mix
feel?
and master by
you know?
yourself?
I do. I mix and I honestly I let somebody else master, but the mix I try different people, even famous
Yeah.
people to give me a mix, but I always get a different perspective on the song when I give other people mix it.
And,
So I learn how to mix and I perfected until I said, okay, this is how it should sound. Of course I get some feedback from people, but I still always true to myself at the end of the day.
And I know you're just starting right now, but in this project that you're about to put out right now, are you planning to work with anyone, or is it just gonna be you? You just want people to like meet who you are.
Well, if it's someone that resonate with the same vibe,
yeah.
I'm very open to it. As
Okay.
of now, I'm doing it myself.
Okay.
If the opportunity comes, and there's a lot of opportunities, but
Always.
I don't jump on everything.
No, of course, of course.
As of now, I'm doing it myself. If something comes up, I'll be nice.
And when's your projected time to have this?
Release?
Yeah.
October 20th.
Oh, okay.
In about it's soon,
That's
so
awesome.
soon.
Yeah.
So soon.
That's awesome.
So soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like,
So yeah, it's
so I'm sure you're busy.
oh my god, all day, every day.
Yeah.
That's like my life project.
But I'm sure you're not upset.
No, not at all. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with it. I'm very excited about it. And it's like I feel like it's finally moving. Everything is like falling into place.
Okay, okay.
And it's exciting because back then I was like later and tomorrow, maybe another day, maybe I won't release it, maybe forget it.
Like something that happened to you that made it a turning point. I know even that song you said you were going through some heartbreak. Like, is there something that you like? You know what? I think it's time for me to like.
Yeah, well, that song was it's funny because that song I wasn't planning on releasing it at all. I
Okay.
wanted to keep it for myself, and like the more people hear it, people wanted to
Share it.
share it. They're like, send me that song, I want to hear it again.
Yeah.
And I get like a lot of feedback from it. And shout out to my manager, Edwin, that like he will always pushing me about that song, that specific song. because it has meaning, it has like words, it has like some, like people get like attached to it because they feel like it's on them, it's about them. And I wasn't like, it wasn't on the list of the release. Like I had like a whole list of what needs to be released. That was on the maybe, not even on the list. And the more I get better, like more feedback and more feedbacks, like people asking for more and more of the song, is like, okay, maybe I'm gonna release it, maybe. But you know, the more I thought about it, and the more like the brand and everything came together, that was like a definitely, that song is coming out first.
So that's basically your single thing.
Yeah. It's very vulnerable. It's very like, it's very private, and that's why I was like, maybe. Right.
Like too out.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you put a lot of yourself out there, and those
Like
are
too
always,
much. Like I feel like I'm standing naked in front of
Yeah.
everybody.
But that's the one.
But that's like, we're all feeling the same thing. We're all going through the same thing. We're
Just
all,
a lot of people don't know how to express it.
right. We're all sad. We're all happy. We're all,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
we all have broken hearts.
yeah, once or twice or some too many, you know what I mean?
Right. And then you feel, we always feel the same thing as the other person. And sometimes somebody else can say something that was exactly on your heart.
And then you're never able to fucking like describe yourself, and you kind of like, they hit the point.
They hit the point, yeah. And like I like, the biggest dream is to have as many people relate to my songs, like, and have my songs to be their best friend for that period of time that they're going through.
So imagine dropping this song, and then you woke up and this song has like 10 million fucking likes.
It's amazing. Amazing. Like it's a goal, to be honest. Like it's something that I would be happy to see. I'm excited to see it, because like I'm hoping that it's gonna touch as many lives as possible.
It definitely will.
I hope
Like even
so.
like when I heard it, it's like, again, it's very transcendent. You can feel it, like, and even like I said, like the words you were saying went with the song. It wasn't too heavy. Like it was very,
Yeah.
and it almost reminded me of like old school house, which is what I always liked. It was very, I don't know, it was like organic. It was not, I feel like nowadays you just put too much into songs sometimes, and it's like, it's not what it is. It's
Right.
like, you know?
Yeah. I think like the first verse is like the most catches your ear. It's like, do you remember how to fly late at night?
Yeah.
Forget about all of your problems, you know? And then we all like go out and drink and party, and it's just like to forget about the
So did someone teach you even like how to make the beats, or like one day you got the program, or just started knocking them out?
Well, I got the program a while ago. I started messing around with it, and then I got a private teacher. He came over like once a week, teaching me about the program. Maybe like 10 lessons, and then I kept by myself. Yeah, and I learned how to like design the sound and create to create exactly what I want. I have like this thing in my head, and like a little more bass, a little more highs, a little more this, and then until I found the right thing.
Do you like your songs to be real bassy or no?
Sometimes, yeah. Like I like a good push.
I mean, you like percussion.
Yeah.
And the percussion is the
drums
the
are
heart.
everything. Yeah.
It's the heart of
I
all
always like
music.
to like to make like to record.
Your drums are always live?
Usually it's always live, and it's always like from different things. Like sometimes I would take a piece of paper, and I would just like and just make like a shaker out of it. Or
so you're looping
like
these sounds over
I'm
again.
drinking coffee, and I have a pen, and I was like like just like recording that little things, and like finding whatever. Like one time I was like closing the door of my house, and it was like papa, and I recorded it on my phone, and then I added like reverb and an echo, and it was like papa, papa, papa. And that was like the clap of the whole vibe of the song. Like these little things are like,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like, for the most part, it's like, are you using like a loop, like a looping board, or like you just put everything to the program? Like you'll copy the sound.
Okay. I record, like sometimes I even record it on the phone and just airdrop it to the
that's
thing,
awesome.
EQ, whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're a full like blown musician.
I love
You
it.
build
Like
it all.
I try to like make it as original as possible. I don't like to take too much off of like the internet, like Splice or whatever, if I have to,
I got you. No, I
But
mean the less the merrier. I mean, I feel
yeah,
like also right now we're living in a time that sampling is dead. Like it's still a culture, like especially with pop music, but it's so much nicer and appreciative to see something new.
it's nice
You
though.
know?
It's I mean it's a lifesaver
Yeah,
sometimes.
it is.
But one time I did take something off of Splice and I built something really cool. And then I was watching a show one time and then that same thing, that same
Thing popped up.
yeah, it's like was like the same. Oh my god. It was like it's just what I made. It was like it goes to trash right now.
I hear you. But for the most part, I'm gonna let you go ahead and like tell people how to find you and all that. Like where they can follow you and continue to like watching your journey, and give you like a quick little 2-minute moment to like just say all your info. You know?
Yeah, so Instagram is the biggest platform I use is Uza Music, OOZZAA Music. I have a website, uzamusic.com, which has all my information in there. I am on YouTube, on TikTok,
Okay.
YouTube Shorts, you name it.
Are you gonna be making any So you have any like videos already on YouTube and everything like?
Yeah, I just rebranded, so
Okay.
I try to post there almost late daily
Okay.
to to start
Yeah.
running it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like as much as I can all the time because I feel like I'm starting from zero.
Oh no. And that's something that's all about consistency.
Yeah,
A lot.
exactly.
A lot of consistency.
Yeah.
But again, it was definitely a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
For the most part, guys, stay to the end of the show so you can see her performance. It's something a little bit different than the usual. I know we've been putting a lot of like hip hop and all this, so this is something a little bit different. And I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna like it. So stay to the end. And again, this is Talk About with Lust. I'm your host Lust, and another great show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Such a pleasure. Thank you
It
so
was
much.
dope. It was dope.
Thank you.
Right, Pooch?
Hey.
Hells yeah.
Okay.
What?
Real quick, your manager's one request is that we talk about your upcoming thing. So can we just have a moment of her talk about your thing? We'll put that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just ask her one more time if she has any projects or anything.
Ask her again. Why did it not
Yeah.
record?
No, you just didn't specifically ask her about like a project. You just said where can we find you?
Okay.
And so she can really get an opportunity to talk about the
Okay. That's fine.
So then do that and end it again.
Yeah, I haven't ended it.
No, him.
Oh,
Ended it again. End it again like you were, like you just did.
ask her if she
So
has
it's
any
not
upcoming
weird when I
projects.
chop it in. Like it's just be a whole new ending.
Okay.
Let's be specific about that.
So for the most part, do you have any upcoming like projects or singles that you're really gonna be pushing out?
Yeah, so my first ever release is gonna be called Be Right.
Okay.
It's gonna come out on October 20th.
Okay.
And I'm super excited for it. And it's like the first thing that's ever gonna be out. Super vulnerable. Be Right, October 20th.
Hey, this is the you that you've been
the most-
born to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Super excited for you.
Super excited for it. It'll be fun. Yeah, it's a very vulnerable song, like I said. Something that was my baby. Never wanted to share it with anybody, but
Not ready.
shout out to everybody. Shout out to my manager. Shout out to all my friends, to my close people that were pushing it to that point. It was like, so this will be my first one that will gonna come out, and super excited for it.
All right. Well, for the most part, guys, per usual, stay to the end of this episode because again, she is an artist and we have a performance for you guys. So yeah, stay to the end. This is another episode of Talk About with Lust. I'm your host Lust, and we out. That was great.
Yay. Thank you.
Hey, pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to fly? Late at night, forget about all of the problems causing your brain to fight. Do you remember how to live and believe, hoping that the hole in your heart will fill your pain with light. But when you close your eyes, you know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. And when I close my eyes, I know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. But when you close your eyes, you know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. And when I close my eyes, I know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. It'll all be right. Do you remember how to lie and then cry? Remember how you hold me in your arms but feel your pain inside? Do you remember how to give and receive? Talking about finding the future, then finding it's not so bright. But when you close your eyes, you know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. And when I close my eyes, I know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. But when you close your eyes, you know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. And when I close my eyes, I know it'll all be right. It'll all be right. It'll all be right. It'll all be right.